Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the Æther-Tech Wars. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM for this Pathfinder 2e campaign. And joining me around my virtual table tonight are Brandie, Brie, Delioth, Dyto, and John. Say hi, everyone.
Everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
They're so good at that. Now, before we begin, we do have an announcement to get through, or two. Starting with the sponsor for this campaign, XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show descriptions. This week, we have another episode of Dreams of Infinity, our Magi Knights Awakening campaign, and that is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, or 6 p.m. Central, sorry, 6 p.m. Central. Our heroes are currently battling an outsider who has just ripped itself into existence into this world. It's going to be an epic battle, to be sure. After that, on Thursday, we have another episode of Loroupa Tales, our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. That game is at 7 p.m. Central Time, right here on Random Rhapsody. Now, you can keep up to date in our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky as Random Rhapsody, on TikTok as Random Rhapsody_TV. And that's it. We're done with the announcements. So join us as we return to the broken world of Loroupa and continue on with the Pathfinders who have unwittingly found themselves embroiled in the Æther-Tech Wars. And we're back. If you watch our campaigns here on this network, then you know how we do our recaps. I offer up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for a free reroll during this campaign. If I do the recap, I get the coin, and I can use it in a bunch of different ways and make our heroes' lives more complicated, which I love to do. That's always fun. So if you're all good with it, I'm happy to do the recap this week.
I mean, Matt, I wasn't here last time, so I think I'm going to do the recap.
Oh, well, that definitely makes sense. Okay, then, Aeden, tell us what happened last time on the Æther-Tech Wars.
All right, so last time on the Æther-Tech Wars, when did I get back to the Conclave? Didn't I just steal a diamond or some kind of stony thing? Hold on. Let me just go check Malachi's pack real quick. I'm sure that'll have all of the answers. Pulls out journal.
So
Flips
easy
to the
find.
entry. Oh, I missed it. I missed today. Hold on. Take some honey. Oh, here we go. Okay. Dear Journal, our tour continued to the university. It was that big tower in the middle of the sky. They said they wanted to build the tower to be taller than the twisting spires, which is giving like inferiority complex. Big military presence, to no one's surprise, and it seemed like most of the magic they were teaching was about fighting too. Not to mention all the health potions. Oh, did we steal any of those? I'll have to ask
Oh.
later. We also went to the barracks where it seemed like they were training everyone and everything how to wield a weapon. I'll keep those thoughts to myself. Definitely war preparations. War in the bedroom? But against who? I wanted to show them a real weapon, but Faldi?
Faldi.
Oh,
Faldi.
Faldi, okay. Yeah, Faldi. Oh, okay.
Falderall.
How have my head if I did. All of this conclave shit starting to make me feel like a real sellout. I need to shoot something. Man, I think somebody else is trying to overcompensate. Anyway, back at the conclave, we decided to locate and capture that coward Zormunder, but we couldn't do it alone, so we decided to trust Trinidad, our handler. He's actually really chill. Didn't give a hoot nor holler about the stealing or the kidnapping plot. Well, I mean, that's good. We tend to steal a lot. We let him borrow the crystal for study. Wait, what? I, was out of it the whole day trying to steal that thing. Whatever, I'll just steal another one. Draven and Kikiro went out to find those street urchins, leaving me here with Aeden and Maiko to finish our report. So I wrote this journal entry instead. Oh, so Maiko wrote the report because I didn't write the report.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to write a report?
No, Maiko did everything.
Draven's still pissed at me, but I think he might break soon. I just hope they ain't in any trouble out there. Mal.
Adorable. Love it. Okay, well, Aeden, there you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it. It's only going to last this session. Wow. Yeah, let's cut to Draven and Kikiro right now. Because Aeden, like you have your hands covered in honey holding this book. You look up, you can see Maiko scribbling furiously away, writing the notes, while Malachi probably has his feet up on the table and is rolling a cigarette. I imagine that's how this scene's likely going.
Yep.
No shame, just grabbing Malachi's journal.
Yeah.
He just doesn't notice.
Doesn't notice at all.
Why is it sticky?
I don't know. Why is it sticky?
This is not my fault.
Not that kind of a book, guys.
It's not a tube sock. God.
No.
Oh.
I'm innocent.
Well, we all know that's not true. Well, anyway, Pathfinders. Let's take a look at what's going on here, shall we? With Maiko, Malachi, and Aeden at the local office of the Erudite Conclave, which I'll remind you all is the secretive organization of lore masters, historians, and artifact hunters. And you all are, well, let's be honest, Maiko is putting the finishing touches on the report of the tour of Nilfgaard. While that's going on, Draven and Kikiro, you have just spoken to one of those urchins that you were hunting out, trying to find, a familiar face or two. They gave you a location. They told you that over there at what did I say? I wrote it down here.
The flying crane?
crane.
Flying crane.
Yeah, flying crane. I had to find the place in my notes. They told you that the flying crane. You should go check out the sewer behind the flying crane. And with that information, that little urchin goes running off into the darkness and gloom of the alleyway you found them. Unfortunately, there's somebody else that's kind of paying attention to you right now. Kikiro, you had very easily spotted those two individuals who are still lurking in the shadows. You've never really gotten any good look at them other than the fact that they're like shrouded in a hood. One's kind of bigger than the other. But apart from that, you really haven't seen much of their features. They've all stayed pretty far back. And the one time that you actually tried to talk to them, they just turned and ran off. But Kikiro, you can see them. You spotted them peeking out in from the shadow, kind of opposite where you're currently standing. So, with that in mind, what do the two of you plan on doing?
Oh, goodness. Well, what would you like to do? Do you think we can avoid this, or should we go handle it? Or do we just make them uncomfortable with friendliness?
We can try being friendly. That's always a good idea to start with, but we might have to punch them too.
I think we can do that. I got good punches. 1, 2.
I believe
Okay.
us.
Okay. I guess the next question is, do we try to be sneaky and go around and hello from the back, or do we just do what we've been doing and go right to them?
I think we go right to them. That way there's nothing suspicious for other people to see.
Okay. I appreciate that. It's the direct approach is my favorite. So yes, let's go. Yeah, I think with that kind of discussion, we're just gonna meander to them, non-threateningly. Just
Okay.
This lazy saunter.
yeah. It's a chill evening. We went on a nice brisk run. We're just
So the two of you are
Circle
just
down
turning and heading directly in the direction of that other alleyway, which is kind of catty corner at a north western angle from where you're currently standing. Why don't you both give me perception checks while you're doing that? It is the dead of night. There are some street lights available here in the city, hanging from various little what's the word I'm looking for? You know, the overhang chandeliers, like lamps.
Oh, like a lamppost?
Yeah, not a lamppost, but whatever the arm is that they hang off of, like on the side of the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name, but yeah. But anyway, lanterns are hanging every so often, giving a small amount of light from a fire lit inside the center of the lantern. It doesn't give a ton of light in the area, but it gives you some, and it at least allowed you to see the glimpse of them that you did, Kikiro. But now that the two of you are turning and looking, you're more looking directly. What did the two of you roll?
16, and Kikiro's eyes see
I got
everything.
a 29 and I have low light vision.
Impressive. You do have low light vision, you said?
I do, yes.
Okay, so that does assist you a little bit and allows you to see the two forms. Like I said, one's taller than the other. They're both humanoid in shape. And as you're starting to make your way across the street, you get a little bit of a glint from those hanging lanterns that I described. It reflects off of a face. It's very, very pale, almost porcelain pale when you caught the side of it. In fact, there's a little bit of a shine to it, which strikes you as odd. Now, when the two of them see you two start to make your way towards them, the taller one grabs the shoulder of the shorter and pulls them back into the alleyway. And the two of them disappear down there. Do you hurry to catch up, or do you stop?
I think if they're going to play games like this, why don't we do the same thing and get them to follow us into an alleyway? I'm tired of running. I want them to come to me. My legs are exhausted.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
If we stay in an alley for long enough, eventually they'll come and get us.
That's kind of my thoughts, so we'll just chill there. I'm good at blending into the shadow, if you believe it or not. So we'll just kind of go meander and wait.
Okay, so the two of you have stopped in the middle of this road. You're discussing going back into an alleyway. There's a lot to choose from. There's actually a bit of a walkway space in between each of the stone buildings on the street.
Okay.
What is the plan?
I think just to make sure that... I'm sure that they're watching, but I think Draven really wants to make sure that they have good eyes on him. So it's going to be that, like whistling as he goes, oh no, Kikiro, which alleyway are you feeling? I'm cool with either.
I feel like the thinner one will be easier for us to make sure they're close to the entrance of.
Perfect. That works for me. So I'll continue my idle whistling and just sauntering towards the thinner of the alleys.
Okay.
I can go ahead and move myself there if that'll help. Oh my god, it's so slow. Oh, sorry.
You're being nonchalant, but also obvious. You're wanting the attention drawn on you. Let's see here. I'm trying to decide what I want you to.
I figured they're following us anyways, but if they ran off, I want to make sure they at least have something to trail.
Yeah, this is more. This role is more of just your how you're outwardly presenting yourself to see whether or not they buy the facade that you're putting out right now. So I will allow either deception or performance for this check.
Dios mío.
You can both make the check.
Good luck, everyone.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Your faith is not well founded, but we're in this together.
The boys are in trouble.
It's just really awkward. We're trying to be, but it's like too stiff, and probably somebody is like actively hunched over, just like dun 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 dun.
I probably think you're drunk.
Okay, that's a 3 for Kikiro and 11 for Draven. Ouch. The two of you kind of like huddle together very, very openly. Then the two of you start making your way to this alleyway and stride on down. You continue following the alleyway down for another 30 or so feet. It kind of winds between buildings a little bit, but you just continue on. You pause every few minutes, looking back towards the entrance of the alley, hoping to see some sign of the individuals that were following you.
Mm-hmm.
After about a minute or so of watching, you go a little bit farther. And then you pause again, look back, watching, still nothing.
Ideally, I'm looking for like a corner of a building. I'm gonna turn the corner and just lean on the wall, arms crossed, foot on it, because they're on a mission. They've been following us since the beginning, so they're gonna continue, I'm sure. I'm in no hurry.
Okay. You stop and you wait, leaning against the wall. You're not sure what to expect. You're hoping that they follow you down this alleyway at some point. You wait 5 minutes. You wait 15 minutes. Goes on for 30 minutes. The two of you look at each other. Going to continue waiting? Or are you going to move on?
I hold the longest hide and seek at the orphanage. I am very good at waiting.
How
All night long.
tall are the buildings around us? And do the walls look climbable?
Well, the walls are stone. It's dwarven make, so there's very, very tight seams. There are some spots that you could theoretically climb up. Most of the buildings in this area are either 1 or 2 story structures. So, in theory, there is the boxes and debris, there are trash cans or something of that nature that you could theoretically climb on and boost each other up to one of the smaller buildings, climb up if you were so inclined. Or if
Would
you
it
had
be I was about to say, would it be possible for me to... Because Kikiro, you're Tengu. Tengu have hollow bones. Could I throw Kikiro?
Toss.
Toss me.
Yeah.
I mean, you absolutely could try.
Alright, you're gonna run into my hands, and when you put your foot here, claws? Talon here, I hoist.
Are you attempting this at one of the single-story buildings or one of the 2-story?
Go big. Go bigger.
Probably
I'm
try
letting-
one of the 1 stories, but I'm inclined to try the 2-story anyway.
Wrong? I've seen those arms. Ooh, you can pull yourself up.
Yeah, we're gonna try to ascend one of the 2-story buildings.
Okay.
I have rope
Risk reward.
for later.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got rope. Do you have anything else that can assist in climbing, like a climbing kit, for example?
I might. Let me look at my... I've got a grappling hook. Do I have climbing kit? I do not.
I do not either. Rope is mostly for later to tie Draven to and pull him up.
Okay. So, don't have a climbing kit. You're just mostly going with the sheer strength of Draven and Kikiro's acrobatics abilities, which is why the two of you are individually. Draven, you're going to be making an athletics check. Kikiro, you're making an acrobatics check.
Hell yeah.
29 on athletics.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
20 on acrobatics.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, Draven has his hands cupped. Kikiro goes running. They jump, get their foot into that the cupped hands like a stirrup. Draven heaves with all of his strength. Kikiro goes up shoots upward high. You're kind of light, and you make it up fairly high. Not quite high enough to get the 2-story building. You had to hit a 25 for that. You get enough launch that you're like reaching outward for the ledge of that 2-story building. Your hand hits a wall just shy of it. You're starting to go down. Give me one more acrobatics check.
Since this is climbing, could I do athletics there?
Yeah, I'll allow this.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh no.
You do have hero
hero
points if you want to use them.
Do I have your-
I mean, please. We worked hard for this. We're not good at many things, but we are good at this.
We'll see.
Right.
Okay. That brings
Use
you
that
down to
hero
3.
point.
Oh, good.
That's better than
21.
better.
That's enough. You hit that wall. You undershot the ledge for that 2-story building, but you push off the wall and kind of spread your wings out and coast a little bit, and you're able to get down and land on the ledge of one of the 1-story buildings next to it. You kind of land on that ledge and you wobble a little bit. You do one of those rowing your hands really quick to try to stay upright, but then your feet grip it, and you manage to stay there. You are on one of the 1-story buildings.
Nice.
And of course, River Dragon is redeeming a hero point to bring you back up to 4.
We'll never have less than you. As long as we got those villain points.
Hey, I gotta use them somehow.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I do allow you to do 1 per game. Okay. Anyway, you've managed to make it on top of one of the 1-story buildings. You're right there, kind of catty corner to the one that Draven just launched you up. What's the plan from here?
Do you see?
Yeah, what do I see anything interesting from this point of view? Like our pursuers on the next building over.
Fair question. Give me that perception check.
It's 24.
With that 24, you look down the alleyway on the roof. You see a few people pass by, just walking down the street. None of them stop. But then, as one of those passers moves by, they're holding on to a lantern to illuminate the street, and you can see just at a distance that silhouette is still there on the opposite end of the street, in the alleyway opposite yours. They're kind of
Okay.
parked there.
So they're still roughly where we initially saw them.
Mm-hmm.
On this list. That means they're not pursuing us on the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
So pull the rope out of my bag and let's try and get Draven up here. Come on, big guy. We get
Okay. Big stretch.
roof to rooftop. We go.
Okay. Are you securing this rope, or are you just kind of two-fisting it and holding it and like just bracing yourself to help Draven up?
I believe in myself. I'm bracing myself against the wall. The ledge.
Okay. Well, this is going to be an athletics check for the both of you to climb. Kikiro, your athletics check is bracing yourself and holding to assist Draven up. Draven, your role is to climb up the rope.
Okay. $25.
20.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Without issue, you're able to assist Draven climbing up onto that first building.
Good work,
That's
boys.
Oh yeah, I get up there. It's that scene from Predator where they both just like strong arm, just like yes.
On top of this building, this is a one-story structure that is kind of butted up against one of the taller two-story buildings. There are a few things here on the roof that you could move around and use to climb up to the second story if you wanted to. Other than that, there is another one-story building kind of next to it that you can continue on. And then there's the alleyway beneath you.
I mean, if they're not pursuing us, they may not have actually seen us on the roof. We could just continue to the place up top.
Yeah. We could also just continue along the rooftops, try and lose them that way.
I agree. I think that's a good idea.
Come down in a different alley than we came up in.
Yes. Good. You're so smart. I appreciate it. So yeah,
onwards.
I like that plan. I think that works for me too.
Okay. So you're kind of just doing a rooftop to rooftop scenario here. Teen Titans style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it. Okay. I think what I'd like for the two of you to do. Yeah. I think I would like the two of you to first make me another athletics check for each of you. Also, apparently, the music is a little loud, so I will turn that down. Thanks for letting me know, Ash. Anyway, I need athletics checks from the two of you. Then I would like perception checks for the two of you. Then I would like... let's see. Any type of skill that you think would allow you to navigate the city. Society, I suppose, would work, but if you have a lore skill that would work out better, I'd say go with that.
Okay.
So first give me athletics checks. This is to cover you climbing up and down buildings.
That's not so great.
Mine is fantastic though. I carry you. I got the hefty hauler feet. Get on my back.
Get on my back.
Okay, I like it. Draven got a 27, Kikiro got a 10. That's our first round of rolls. Give me your second.
There it is.
Oh. So good at this. We should go into the espionage together. It's foolproof.
We apparently just need to try the stupid plans more.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't hear you, Brandie.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. That was on me. No, it does feel like the stupid plans are the ones that work out the best for us. Usually.
But let's see if we can at least traverse.
Yeah, so for those perception checks, what'd you get? Call them out.
22.
21 and 22.
Nice. Yeah, and then go ahead and give me those third rolls. Society or some type of lore that would assist you in navigating throughout the city.
Maybe engineering lore?
I feel like engineering lore is more like mechanically based.
Survival, maybe?
Yeah, survival.
Usually it's for navigation.
Survival would work, yeah.
I got a 6, and we got
That's
a
a 14.
Okay. It's interesting. The two of you are moving like shadows across the city streets. It's like, like a freaking Assassin's Creed going from rooftop to rooftop. The two of them just jumping across alleyways, climbing up buildings, parkouring and shit. As they do so, their eyes are like hawks, watching for those pursuers. And at one point, actually, Draven would have spotted them. They had given up on the alleyway and started making their way down the street, looking around, looking through the alleyways, trying to find any signs of the two of you. You use this opportunity. You jump across one alleyway, make your way up another building, across one of those covered bridges that cross the major street. You go running up a cathedral, down the other side, leap off and land in a freaking hay wagon, climb out, and then go running and hide in some tall grass. And then you look around. And you realize you have no fucking idea where you are.
You lost them, but you also lost yourselves.
But we found friendship along the way.
We bonded.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't that what going on an adventure is all about?
Yeah.
Finding that friendship.
I'm pretty sure it's about money, but okay.
All right. Well, at least we lost them. That is one major problem down. Now we can get our bearings and figure out the next step.
Yes, now we're just trying to find the flying crane, right?
Are there any people in the street? Just
right now I'm going to say that you're kind of like tucked away and hidden behind some buildings. You can go ahead and give me stealth checks to sneak down an alley towards a main road and give a kind of back and forth look. So first stealth checks, then perception checks.
we're so good at this. Double 13.
Double 13. Amazing.
Fully in sync.
Let's see on that perception. And then 25 perception.
16 for me.
I might be standing in front of you, Kikiro. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Draven is just standing there holding the edge of a building, looking around it, looking back and forth. Kikiro is stuck right behind him. The shield's in the way. Can't see shit. But Draven, for the most part, the street is kind of empty right now. You find yourself in a bit of a residential area. There are each house kind of is like built townhouse style with two doors on either side, a communal garden in the front with a small stone fence. Most of the buildings in this area are more of the two-story variety. But as you're looking about, you do spot somebody making their way out of their house towards the street. It's a middle-aged man. He looks blue-collar-esque, worker's clothes for sure, working gloves as well. He's walking up to the edge of his fence, and he seems to have a tool in one hand and is fiddling with it a little bit. But other than that individual, you don't see anybody else on the street.
I know they don't do insight, but perception check to see if he's one of the people or could be people that's been pursuing us?
Yeah, that'd be a sense motive check, so perception.
Cool. Does this need to be blind to the DM?
Yes. I probably should do that more often.
You're good. I keep forgetting myself whenever. Go.
Draven, you look this individual up and down. He's fiddling with what's called the hinge of the gate, where it connects to the wall. It's a standard tool. He looks very casual. Doesn't seem to notice you at all. More fixated on what he's doing, but he doesn't give you any sort of outward vibes that he has anything else other than what he is.
Awesome.
Just a dude working on a fence.
Perfect. If it's okay, Kikiro, I might see if this gentleman can at least point us in a good direction.
I trust people doing housework implicitly.
Absolutely. We trust the working class. We do not trust the men in power. So yeah, I think Draven is now just gonna step out as casual and friendly as I can. I don't want this man to view me as a threat whatsoever.
Okay. You're stepping out from a darkened alleyway. Your hands up. You're big and menacing, but you kind of clear your throat as you start making your way across the street, giving the guy plenty of time to see you. He turns around and looks and sees your shape in the lamplight. Who are you?
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Well, I didn't mean to intrude. Do you need assistance? But two, my friend and I unfortunately got a little lost. We're new to town, and there's so many alleyways and streets, and I don't know what end is which.
I feel like that's going to be a diplomacy check.
Are you kidding me?
Hero point.
Please.
Use it.
Thank you. I'm using it.
Fair enough.
Every time with the diplomacy.
I mean, in that one, yeah.
It's just some random guy.
Well,
17.
You use one, and Delioth redeems one, so you're back at 4.
Hooray.
Yeah, with that 17, the man looks you up and down as you're saying this. He kind of has that tool. It's just a screwdriver pointed at you and says, "Well, look, you stay where you are. Don't make any sudden movements.
Cool.
You say you're lost. Well," he kind of nods his head back behind you. "That way's the main road."
Okay. Have you heard of I believe it's a bar called the Flying Crane? Do you know which way that might be? We're supposed to meet friends, so I don't know.
Flying crane. Yeah, I think that's down on Mulligan Street. You take 2 blocks down this way, then you make a left. You follow that another 3 blocks. Once you smell the smell of the ocean, head south. You make your way about 5-6 blocks. Should be able to see it. Listen for the music.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, friend. Is there anything I can do for you? You look like you're pretty busy at the moment.
No, I'm just working on this thing. Best thing you can do is just go about your way. Let me mind my business, and you do yours.
Sir, I will be on my way. You keep up the good hard work, and I believe it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You're gonna do great. I'm gonna go the direction he's.
I know how to use a screwdriver, son. What are you? You hear this guy? Why is this guy condescending me? As you're walking away. Give me a survival check. This ain't a hard DC, but I want to see if you can follow his directions to the flying crane.
Both or just Draven?
Both of you.
Okay.
Draven, I believe in you.
20.
Can do it.
It's It's absolutely because this gentleman reminds me so much of my mentor that like Draven kind of really like locked in when this man was talking and memorized everything he was saying.
Bird senses work different. I smelled the ocean too soon.
Makes total sense. But eventually, the sounds of singing and music do catch your ears, as well as the scent of the salty ocean. You follow those sounds around a corner, and you can see in the distance, there, sure enough, is a brightly lit building, a 3-story tall one, with lights coming out from the windows that are heavily curtained, but otherwise giving the cheery impression of an inn. In fact, up above the door, there is a hanging sign, and you can see a big old bird with a long beak and long legs flying up from a river with a fish in its mouth. Chances are this is the inn.
Oh, good, and this one actually saw the bird they named their inn after.
Perfect. Oh. All right. Well, now that we're here, first let's make sure we're not being followed again, and then to the sewers.
Yeah.
Right.
Check we're being pursued, then find the sewers.
Okay, give me a perception check. Let's see if you're followed.
We are in sync. 21 for both.
The two of you pause in an alleyway across from the inn and just watch for a few moments. You see passers-by on this street. It's actually a much more busier street than the ones you've been traversing up until this point. You can see some sailors coming up from the dock, heading into the bar. You can see couples as well. A few people of more of the, not like nobility, but more wealthy than some of the other bars you've been to here in this city so far, making their way inside. Individuals of nice clothing, men and women of multiple species, heading in the bar. You wait for a moment, watching the individuals as they approach. You scan across and look into every single alleyway other than your own. And Kieran is as much as you can at this distance. And as near as you can tell, you don't see any silhouettes hiding in any of the alleyways. It seems like it's fairly clear. The individuals who are making their way into the inn just seem like, your typical patron. Every so often you'll hear a cheer as somebody makes their way in there, a well-known regular type. But otherwise it seems fairly typical, I guess.
Okay.
Nothing
Perfect.
looks suspicious.
Lights.
Ashley N is wondering what the other three are getting to. I imagine Malachi, Maiko, and Aeden, the three of you have finished writing your notes. Are you planning on doing anything while you're waiting for your friends to come back?
It's supposed to be late, right?
Yes, it
because we
is.
came back. It's like, yeah. So they're past the curfew time, I assume.
We left. I thought we left pretty early enough that we had enough time to run there and run back before. But
So yeah, you did leave at the beginning of nightfall. You know that that the conclave tends to lock up at 11 o'clock at night. You had left right at dusk, so probably got a couple hours left before they lock up for the night.
Cool.
So Malachi definitely took a shower, cleaned up his facial hair, basically just groomed himself, and then I put on my silk pajamas, and then I waited up.
Waiting up. Interesting.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure they're okay. I wrote in my journal, I sure hope they aren't in trouble out there.
True. Maiko, what are you doing?
Well, if I finished up my reports, the reports that everybody was supposed to be doing, it was a group effort, but, somehow I got stuck doing all of it. If she's done with all that, like always, have we eaten yet? I can't remember. Did we already have our dinner for the night?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but the conclave does offer up free meals to researchers and people who work for them. It's basic, it's bland, it's like military food, but it is filling.
Okay, well, I probably would clean up and maybe suggest either going somewhere, finding better food if there's anywhere nearby, or,
Malachi agrees immediately. Hold on, I gotta put on some real clothes again.
Aeden has made like a little fort in the corner out of just like blankets and kind of pops her head out of the flaps. Food? Hold on, let me bookmark this page. As she tucks under a little pillow Malachi's journal to finish reading it.
Oh no. You're gonna go back to all the early entries. It's just like song lyrics. Like unfinished song lyrics.
Really emo song lyrics.
Yeah, really. About everybody betrays me.
And
I'm learning a
Maiko
lot
will
about
see
teenage boys.
I am a grown man.
Maiko will see the honey all over Aiden and be like, do you wanna go clean up first before we head out?
What's wrong?
Like, I mean, you just there's your hands are, I mean, they're sticky.
But they taste good. You want to try?
A little bit of gravel stuck in the honey.
No.
Like, I'm good. I'm gonna turn around and just walk away. All right, let's go.
All right. What are the odds that we get recommended the bar that they're trying to find?
Can we get there before they do?
Can we roll? Can we roll for a random chance that we will end up there?
You know what? I'll allow it. Why the hell
It's called
not?
serendipity. Makes a good story.
Oh, let's see. Roll for me a D100. Let's see. There are a shit ton of bars in this city. It used to be dwarven. So let's be honest. There's a bar on every single corner.
But are they all even still open?
Probably.
A lot, probably. So I'm gonna say you're gonna roll a D100. If you can roll a 75 or better, you end up at the same bar as Kikiro and Draven.
All right, I'm about to roll it.
Oh, Jesus.
9.
Wait.
9 on a D100.
That's fantastic. Oh.
We're gonna
That's
end up
impressive.
At the best spot in town.
I mean, I'll allow you to use a hero point to re-roll it.
Is it worth it?
Wait, is this telling us how good the bar is gonna be?
No, it's like
well?
whether or not we're gonna end up at the same bar they're trying to get to out there. Do we want to use a hero point? It's a 1 in 4 chance.
Go for it. I don't
it.
care.
Somebody will probably redeem one. It's fine.
I'm sure somebody will.
That one's still 50. Even 50 though.
Well, unfortunately, no. You do not make it to the same bar that Kikiro and Draven eventually arrive at. You do find a bar, and the food's actually pretty decent. Fish stew, heady ale, pretty good bread. All in all, not bad. But not the same bar.
I'm smashing some fish stew for sure.
Mhm.
I'm purring loudly.
Ashley N is replenishing your hero points, so there you go.
There we go. Simple.
Ashley and the honorary 6th member of this campaign.
So that's what those three are doing, having delicious fish stew and chatting each other up. And I wonder how long it takes before Malachi notices that his journal is covered in honey.
Is Malachi gonna get up and play his guitar?
Malachi will have to notice that his journal is missing.
How
Yeah.
many beers does Malachi get in his belly? And then
I don't
that'll
know.
determine the answer.
Let the dice decide.
You want to
Yeah.
roll for it?
All right. It's like once you start drinking, it becomes so easy to like keep drinking. So
True.
So,
I'm gonna roll a D6.
Yeah, roll a d6 and
Cap
see.
out on 6 beers.
Mhm.
That's 5. 5 beers, baby.
Oh my
And
god.
5 beers starting to taste like I could really blow these people's minds with my music.
you talk a lot about shooting and blowing.
Listen, don't bring that up to me right now. Okay? 'Cause
Phrasing.
I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time as it is, and I don't need you to remind me.
We could.
I-
I'm
and
sure
I-
we could
I-
find
I-
some
I
cans
just-
out back,
Hold on.
Oh
or some. What is the beer served in? Like just like stein glasses?
Yeah, just big O wooden tankards.
Listen, we'll save all the shooting for if somebody boos me while I'm on stage, okay?
Okay.
And do cans exist in this world?
Is aluminum a thing?
Aluminum is definitely not a thing in this world, unfortunately.
No aluminium.
No, it's
Aluminum?
either thick glass bottles or just big old wooden casks that they tap and drink out of.
Since I'm forlorn about Draven being upset at me, I want to sing a sad folk song.
Okay. Make for me a performance check.
Okie dokie.
And I mean, obviously, if Malachi's up there playing the guitar and singing, I mean,
You're gonna dance.
Maiko can't resist. She can't resist. She's gonna get up and dance too.
Okay,
so.
Maiko, roll me a d6 as well. How many beers does it take for you to drink before you go dance?
I feel like Maiko would do it sober.
Oh. Okay, there we go. A 3. 3.
Okay.
Nice conservative amount.
Yeah,
If I drank 3 or 5 beers, that's like my body weight.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like Aeden needs to roll a d4.
Well, would they have like smaller cups? Like, wouldn't they have like different size cups? Like Aeden would get a shot glass.
There can be anything from a shot glass to a stein as tall as Aeden. Why do they care? They're just going to sell you whatever you want.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, would Aeden get like the same size beers?
Oh,
that we
Aiden would
got?
get the same size.
Oh, okay, fair
Like
enough.
she would definitely. She's definitely like, if the cup is as big as she is, eventually she is just. She cannot pick it up. She just kind of like turns it over in half and just spits at them.
Nice.
But I still had 3 out of my 4 anyway.
Is
Damn.
Maiko giving me help, or is Maiko making their own performance check?
Well, Maiko is going to be making their own performance check.
I still wanna roll.
Malachi, since you drank 5 beers before you go up
Hey,
to
consider
perform,
I'm a heavy drinker, and I'm
you're going to get a -1 circumstance bonus
That's
to
messed
your performance check.
I feel like I would perform better.
Maiko, go ahead and make your performance check as well. Aeden, you've had 3 beers in you. You're probably pretty tipsy.
Technically, it's only a 9. I don't know why I didn't.
Well, I mean, if Aiden's beers are the same size as ours, I think Aiden's
Oh,
pretty trashed.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm gonna redeem my own hero point.
Oh.
Because I can just pay for it to come back anyway.
Go for it.
It
Reroll.
didn't include my -1. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Add. Come on.
It's better?
Yeah,
Way better.
sprites are small enough to ride corgis, so she's definitely not that big.
I know. It's just every time I think of Aeden, she just gets smaller and smaller. You're going to be like a little Legend
It's
of
like-
Zelda sprite by the end of the campaign
It's
to
like
me.
Alice in Wonderland.
Drink me.
Well, Aeden, give me a fortitude check.
17.
Okay, so here's what's going on. Malachi gets up, grabs his guitar, goes on the stage, pushes the bard that's been playing out of the way, and begins to play as well. It's not great. Let's be honest. That's a 12. You're level 3. Yeah.
So relative to the average person, it's above average.
Well, relative to the average person, it would be, but you know, an average check for your level, it would probably have been more like a 15.
Well, yeah, that's for my level, though.
Anyway, here's
These
Wonderwall.
people are average. I don't know.
I like that. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Yeah. Not the best playing you've ever done. You know that for sure.
Mhm.
You're feeling it just a little bit with the alcohol. You're playing. Nobody boos you, but not nearly as many people are vibing as you hoped for.
So it's performances for me, for
Yeah.
my setzel.
That's for Maiko, on the other hand, with 17. Yeah. You're kind of making up for Malachi's flat notes. You're whirling about the dance floor. You got your ribbons swirling about you. It is mesmerizing. There are quite a few people clapping along with you now. They're cheering you as you dance. You do a very good job. You're going to go ahead and collect about 7 pieces of silver. Maiko.
It's
Aeden. Strangely enough, you're not drunk. You've had
could go
3
for
beers.
so weird.
What are you doing?
I don't think Aeden has ever had this much to drink. And even though her stomach can hold it, she's definitely feeling pretty good. And they're gonna have to shoot some mugs later. So, hold
I
on.
was hoping somebody would boo.
I was thinking about booing. I was gonna
But
use
then you would get shot.
I know. No, I was gonna use Figment and have it away from me. And so, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna be mean. I shouldn't steal anything. I'm not good at stealing.
Notoriously.
I am pretty good at stealth. Decent at stealth. How many people are in this bar?
Let's say about 30 patrons and another 4 employees that you can see.
You're telling me
Okay.
there's 30 people there, and I only got 7 frickin' silver.
Dude, that's
gonna-
pretty good. That's like most people throw coppers.
Yeah, so maybe it's added
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay, I was
gonna-
imagining like 7 actual silver coins.
No, I was just rounding, basically. Like it's
Okay,
mostly
fair enough.
just in copper pieces.
Fair enough.
I would like to pick a random table
Okay.
where there's a bunch of people. I want to go under the table and try and tie their shoelaces together.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's see. What would I have you do for this? Well, obviously, the first thing you need to make is a stealth check. If Malachi would have rolled well, I would have given you a +1 circumstance bonus, but
23.
Still, 23 is not
23
bad.
stealth.
I'm not good at stealing.
I'm not good at stealing. I'm decent at stealth. I have a +7 stealth. I have a +2 thievery. So I'm not stealing. I'm just sneaking around doing tricksy things.
Fair.
Yeah, and without issue, you are able to scamper under the table of one of the bar tables that have like half a dozen people sitting around it. None of them are tapping their feet. None of them are really cheering. They're more just having a conversation amongst themselves.
She's kind of snickering under her breath just a little bit. Like, not to where anybody can hear, but like that just like quiet like chuckle where her shoulders are moving. And then she goes back to their table.
You're not gonna tie their shoelaces together?
No, I am. When I'm done tying their shoelaces together. While I'm doing it, I'm kind of doing that like silent shoulder chuckle. But when I'm done, I'll go back to the table.
Got it. Okay. What I need for you to do is give me a thievery check.
$21.
Nice.
21.
Nice.
I had to have rolled real good on that. Yeah, 19.
Oh yeah, I mean with +2, you got 21. That's a good roll.
Yeah. You very quietly move around, just tying people's shoelaces together. Not sure if fantasy people have shoelaces, but let's go with it and say that they do. And you get them tied together.
Don't have Velcro.
Yeah. For the people that have laces, you've tied them together.
Very proud of herself. Like in that like drunken way, you're proud of the stupidest things you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
If you want to make your way back to your table again, that's another stealth check.
Okay. Natural 20. It's always the stupid things.
This game doesn't want you to give us lore, Matt. It just wants us to do stupid shit.
Yep, that's all it is. That's fine. Without issue, you go scurrying across the bar floor, scooting underneath your table. None the wiser, anybody in this room. You pop your head up again, you hold your tankard, and you just kind of sit there all proud of yourself. Nobody noticed whatsoever that you were gone. Okay. Malachi plays for a little while longer. Honestly, it's not the best set you've ever done. Let's be honest, Malachi. Nobody boos you.
Better than most.
Which is why nobody boos you. But you leave the set feeling very disappointed about yourself. Maiko is on the dance floor picking up coins at the end of her set. And then there's suddenly a crash. A table like two tables away from the one you were sitting at, a bunch of big old burly miners stand up. Miners, the pickaxe kind, not the child kind. stand up and turn to get ready to leave, and 3 of them just suddenly go, whoa, boom!
Malachi busts out laughing like crazy. Oh, that's so good.
Of course, this starts a huge commotion. They're all yelling, "What the heck? Why are my shoelaces tied? Who the fuck did this? Come on, get!" And like they're trying to help their friends up, but the guys on the ground are just getting more pissed off. It's becoming a whole big scene.
I'm on the table, like head down in the table. So.
Yeah. What are you laughing at, skinny boy?
I can't talk because I'm still laughing. I'm like, you.
I'm sitting. Aiden, I'm sitting on the table, straddling this beard stein, just laughing.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm 5 beers deep. Yeah, I'm laughing.
And that's the scene we're going to leave our heroes at. Draven and Kikiro are making their way towards their inn, the flying crane, or making their way around it, while the other 3 are slapstick comedy Benny fucking Hilling different
What
tavern.
else are we supposed to be doing?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Waiting.
Across town, Draven gets that, like, you know, that parental sense when you feel like some shenanigans are going back home with the kids? It's very much that, like, what's
Your
going on?
spidey senses are tingling.
Oh, yeah.
You were out there gonna start a fight with the people tailing you, so
I know, but I do it in a responsible way.
respectful, responsible. Not getting drunk at the pub.
He does it for a reason, not
Thank
just
you.
for fun.
This is a reason.
Yeah, the reason is it's fun.
Yeah, the reason is I enjoy my life.
Apparently so. Well, that's where we're going to be picking back up with our heroes in about 10 minutes, folks, because we're going to go on break. So we'll be back here soon. We'll find out what Kikiro and Draven get up to and see whether or not Draven and Malachi, or Aeden, Malachi, and Maiko can talk their way out of a bar fight.
Hey, there's nothing pinning this on us.
Yeah.
There's
No,
a
you
drunk
guys are
guy
just
laughing about it.
You're just laughing at them, so that's still possible for a fight. You never know.
Oh, please.
And you're making fun of them. Anyway, we'll find out what happens here in about 10 minutes, folks, so stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back with the Æther-Tech Wars. Aeden, Maiko, and Malachi went to a bar, drank a little bit, put it on a mediocre performance. Maiko made some money. And Aeden tied a bunch of people's shoelaces together, causing a big scene in the bar. But let's go ahead and go back to the other bar. Because outside that other bar, Kikiro and Draven are looking for a sewer. Somewhere around there. Go ahead and give me a, this is a search check, so perception.
We're still in sync.
Let's go.
This is just weird.
Same brain.
Boys are back in town.
Yeah. It's weird, but working together, the two of you start making your way around the side of the bar. Give me a stealth check, too, just for funsies. Because I imagine you're still trying to evade those 2 who are following you previously.
It's on brand.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't worried about it. You already lost them. It's fine. make your way across the street, circling around the side of the flying heron, and go searching for this the sewer. It doesn't take you long, a few minutes. And eventually you do find, a grate over a drainage hole. You look down and you can see at the bottom down there, in the refuse and leaves and debris in this drainage pipe, there are some footprints down there. They seem to be leading in one particular direction, heading to the north. Now, as you're examining this, the grate is, you haven't moved the grate yet. It is still there. You're just kind of peering inside of it. Kikiro is fairly small. Would not have an issue going through this tunnel. Draven, you're a bigger dude. You also have a big old pack and a shield in the shape of a coffin on your back. So you could make it. It's going to be a tight fit. You could lessen that by leaving the shield behind if you were to choose to go inside of there. If you choose to leave it on, well, there's always that chance you might get stuck trying to make your way through this pipe if you decide to go down there. These are all the things that are kind of flitting through the two of your minds as you're looking in this drainage pipe.
Mhm.
You know, it's just a big square hole cut into the street. There's an iron grate over it. It drops down about 5 feet. And then there's the tunnel, which is a much more narrow tunnel. We'll call it about 2.5 feet wide. And that's what you can see.
Is the bottom, would you say, kind of like covered in like a mud or sludge or more liquidy type stuff?
Yeah, mud, sludge, like leaves and that sort of, no, not leaves, I suppose, but that sort of like paper detritus, stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. Is it possible then for me to take the shield off, set it down, place Kikiro on the shield, and push? Like a little toboggan. So then it's not hindering me.
Thinking to myself here. I don't think there's enough sludge in the pipe that it would work quite that way. This is it's deep enough that if you were to drop down in there, your shoes would get a little muddy and wet, but it's not enough to slide down.
Fair.
So you could try, but it probably wouldn't go very far.
Okay. Well, I don't like the idea of leaving my shield just out, so if I'm going to leave it out, is there at least a place that would be good for securing it or hiding it?
Make a perception check.
Let's go. Ah, jeez, no.
Not
9.
really. The alleyway behind the bar here is mostly free of debris. There's like a couple of boxes, crates that have like trash and stuff inside of it. They're refuse bins. You can maybe prop it behind there if you wanted to. Other than that, there's nothing that really looks like it would be out of the way and hidden.
Okay. What do you think, my friend? Do you think we'll
We're going
need...
to meet friends here. I don't think we'll need it.
That's true. We do have good friends. All right. Then, if
Do we
that's the
have any
case-
friends nearby that aren't in the sewer that could maybe help us out? Any other like beggars or orphans just on the street?
Perception check from you, Kikiro.
That's so sad that even with a nat 1, that is better.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, as you're looking about, you don't see any of those street urchins that you've seen before. But it is getting kind of late. Other than the patrons in the bar itself and people walking up and down the street, you don't really see anybody that stands out to you.
Okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's just a shield. I think I'll try to then just hide it behind the larger items. Just try to at least cover it up because I don't plan on being there all night. So
Sure.
And with it, hopefully out of sight and fully covered with stuff, into the hole.
For this, I'm going to let you either roll a stealth or a survival check to hide your shield.
I am not great with either.
Can I help you hide your shield? I have a not 0 survival.
I mean, I would appreciate the assistance. It would definitely offer a potential just +1 to a +2, so...
Okay, so you're making a help roll, Kikiro?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's 22.
Yeah, with the 22, you are able to assist Draven and give him a +1 circumstance bonus. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right. Hey, for just 2, 14. Not bad.
Okay. Not bad. For a 14, you stick your shield there behind the refuse bin. You find a moldy old tarp that they had in there. You pick it up and you drape it over the whole thing. And you make it look like, nothing really there but some old rotten wood. And it looks fairly convincing. You feel like, unless, somebody comes and takes the trash away, nobody's going to mess with your shield.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and just so it shows sheath my shield, so no longer have it.
Okay.
All right.
With that, are you making your way into the drain tunnel?
Yeah, I think so. I want to. I Kikiro, my friend. I'm a little worried still, so I'll take the lead just in case. But I trust your eyes and the ability to possibly cover our tracks in the mud.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Let's see. Well, the sounds of the tavern fade away as you climb down into the drainage pipe and start making your way inside of it. It is a kind of tight, narrow space. Like I said, it's about 2 foot by 2 foot. Kikiro, you're kind of skinny and your bones are hollow. So it's not so bad. You just kind of have to crouch down. You spread your legs to walk on either side of the muck, and you're making fairly good progress in these tunnels. Draven, on the other hand, you are a big dude. You have to squat as much as you can. You kind of have to tuck in your shoulders. Your back is scraping against the top of this pipe. It's kind of uncomfortable. I'm trying to think of what would be a good role for making your way through these tunnels. Because you're kind of like squeezing and trying to fit your way through it. Acrobatics
There
makes
is, in
sense to
fact,
me.
a squeeze.
Oh, is there? What is the
It
squeeze
is
check?
acrobatics.
Acrobatics, thank you. Both of you give me a squeeze check. Kikiro, you get a +1 circumstance bonus on it, based on your size.
Hey. 15. Oh my god.
What the hell?
Seriously, guys?
We're twins. It's fine. Friendship.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
Next time on the Wonder Twins.
Just the most diametrically opposite, but I love it so much.
Yeah. With Draven in the lead and Kikiro taking up the rear, the two of them are managing to make it down this narrow tunnel. Fortunately, the slickness of the pipe aids Draven, and Kikiro taking up the rear and just kind of every so often shoving Draven to get past a particularly tight space. You manage to make your way into what you find to be a much larger and wider network. You come into a bit of a chamber. It is about 10 feet by 5 feet, and it seems to be traveling in a west to east running path with a big channel of water going between two walkways made out of stone to either side. It is exceptionally dark down here. You can't see anything as you're making your way through the tunnels, so one of you would have had to light a torch to see at this point.
I have dark vision.
You do have dark vision?
I have
Okay.
dark vision.
So so for you would have been fine. But Kikiro, you definitely would not be able to see since you only have low light. So either you're holding on to Draven at this point, or you need to light a torch. What are you going to do?
I think at this point, at least while I'm still not expecting like danger necessarily, I feel like we would have just like tied a rope to Draven's waist belt, just to make sure I don't have to hold onto him directly at all times. Just like have a little bit of a leash almost.
Okay. So you're maintaining you're just going to be in the dark. You're trusting
Yes.
Draven to get you to this.
I trust Draven implicitly.
Okay, so Draven, you would see this fact. Kikiro would not. That you're opening into a much wider sewer system. Like I said, there are paths, walkways, just a 5-foot narrow walkway on either side of this tunnel. In the middle is dark water. You can't see anything past the surface, so it is definitely not clear. There are occasionally things floating in it. Difficult to say exactly what it is. You see kind of like a bit of a bubble and something kind of a roundish in shape float by, but then submerge once again.
Griffs.
This tunnel, like I said, goes west to east. You came into it through a side channel going north. And you can see that about 60 feet down, there are another set of divided tunnels, kind of similar to the one you're currently standing in, that go north and south as well. You don't see any bridge that goes across the channel. You kind of look down in either direction. You can only see about 60 feet. So anything beyond that is just dark.
Yeah.
But you can
Dark
see the
vision doesn't
walkways.
have a range.
What's that?
Dark vision doesn't have a range in Pathfinder.
Oh, it doesn't
be
have a
clear.
range? Well, what's your average how far can you see then? It's probably like 230 feet.
I think it's...
Yeah, I don't think the system actually defines it, but it's based on vibes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you think
So-
someone could see 100 feet,
I'm a fetchling. I'm made of shadow.
Yeah. So we're gonna say that you at least would be able to see down the eastern path, the eastern side of the tunnel. You would be able to see that it does curve off about 100 feet down that way. The tunnel just continues going to the west and doesn't stop.
Okay. No, originally you did say there were some footprints that we were following.
Mhm.
Do we see a direction that I see a direction that they may have gone into initially from leaving?
For this, you can either use perception or survival to look for these footprints.
Oh, we know what we're doing. Damn, 10.
So you were able to follow them to the point that they reached this much more wider open tunnel. Once you get to that point, it seems like the footprints turn to the east, but almost immediately disappear.
Well, that at least helps a little bit. So I will turn east and turn to Kikiro first. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. If you would like, you can still follow behind, but we are close to gross water. I am more than capable of carrying you if you would feel so comfortable. But whatever you would like.
Can't hear you, Kikiro.
It's fine. I've lived in the forest. This is a walk in the park.
Okay, then stay close. I will not lead you astray. Hopefully. And I'll start making my direction eastward then, and see if I can keep on the lookout for any more signs of direction.
Okay. I would like the two of you, as you're making your way east, to give me another round of perception checks. Kikiro, you don't you don't have dark vision, so since you have no light, you really can't make this check. Now that I'm thinking about it, or would that
It's
just
just
be?
sight, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's purely based
Unless
on
there's
sight.
like maybe some light coming down the like any sewer grates or something.
Actually, now that I'm thinking, yeah. And we're also going to include sound in this. So go ahead and give me a perception check as well, but give it to me at disadvantage.
I think this will do it.
Could I use my liminal fetchling feat to seek undetected within 60 feet? Is this something that I could use this for? I know it's probably somebody hiding, but
Okay,
it's a weird feat, so...
yeah, let me read how that's written. I'm actually going to allow it.
All right. Nice. I love getting to use my stuff.
It has been allowed.
Oh,
I think this
that
will
stinks.
disadvantage. That is at disadvantage, yep.
Yep, nice. Okay.
Draven's worried about Kikiro. I know he said he's fine, but I'm like, I don't want him to fall in. I don't want to go in the water. Oh, God.
Okay. The two of you are making your way down this tunnel. Every footstep you make, you kind of cringe a little bit as it makes a bit of a crunching sound. Each step is just like, ugh. But you continue forward. You're looking, Draven, you're looking for footprints. You're looking for anything like that. Kikiro, you really can't see much. Every so often, yeah, there's another storm drain that sheds a little bit of light, giving you small flashes of vision. But it's not what you see that catches your attention, it's what you hear. In the distance, you hear a sort of coughing sound
Uh-oh.
that echoes in the chamber somewhere up ahead.
Okay. Ahead is good.
Okay.
Is it?
When you say coughing, does it like coughing as if like attention, or coughing as in like somebody's sick?
More like somebody's like clearing their throat, it sounds like.
Okay.
So give Draven a couple tugs and mention that I think there's someone ahead.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect.
Do you press forward?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay. Make for me, both of you, reflex saving throws.
Wait, no, wait. There it is.
That's my worst save.
Mine too.
And oddly enough, the two of you actually do great. You're moving forward, looking for whatever it was that Kikiro had heard making the coughing sound. And so intent you are at seeking that out that you don't notice a bit of a slimy, mossy section of the path. Draven, you put your foot in it first and slip, but you're able to stop yourself and plant your feet and catch really quick. Kikiro stumbles into you, hits you, stumbles back. You kind of throw your hand back and grab onto them and stable them. And you both maintain your footing on this walkway.
Cool. Nice.
Delightful.
Give me another perception check, for both of you.
Do you still want it at disadvantage, or?
Yeah, disadvantage for you, Kikiro, since you're still just listening.
And still with liminal or no liminal?
You can still use the liminal.
Oh, much better.
The fuck?
A 19 and a 20.
What's going on?
What the hell?
Kikiro is
Always the
see
stupid
all.
kids.
My friend, not only do you have the amazing eyes, but the amazing ears. Oh,
That's a
My,
3
what
with
big teeth you have.
disadvantage.
All the better to hear bird calls for.
You hear it again. Then it kind of padding a little bit. And then you hear a
He's dying.
sound that
Huh?
sounds to you like a bowstring being pulled back.
Oh, duck.
there. Oh,
You call out duck, and you
love
grab Draven. Draven ducks their head down and scans about looking. And Draven, up ahead, about 60 feet, there is another one of those pipes that lead to the north. And you see a bit of a hood peek their head out. You just catch the movement. And you can see the tip of an arrowhead sticking out past the tunnel.
hello, friend. Mean you no danger. I'm currently looking for Tigot, and possibly hoping to have a conversation with my good friend Shadow.
Give me a diplomacy check.
$26.
You hear a voice say, "What's the password?"
I was unaware of. Oh wait, is that in my notes? Son of a bitch.
I think they may have given you.
problem is my notes glitched out, so I wasn't able to save things. Shit. Well, I can't find him, so Draven can't remember. Oh, sorry, I panicked and I cannot remember them. Oh, do you remember?
I do not.
Okay, we do not know password, but
Who not?
it's okay. If you can find Tigat, she will vouch, because she's cool like that.
A head sticks out. They are about 4.5 feet tall. The head, you see a very dark beard sticking out from behind a hood, and a bow with an arrow strung pointed at the group.
Hello.
Why you looking for a scrawny little thing like that?
Because she's a good friend, and she has helped me out, and I've helped her, and I want to make sure she's okay. Plus, oh, no, also mission. Focus. Sorry, we also have some very important things to discuss with Shadow. Recent things that we discovered that I mentioned I would talk to him with.
You're here to see shadows.
Mhm.
Yes.
But you don't have the password.
I did, but it's hard for me to remember when I have arrows pointed at me. Listen, I'm very good at a lot of things, but not remembering.
One more persuasion check.
Yeah.
Or
16.
diplomacy.
Can do it.
16, that's your final answer? Okay.
Nah, well, what do you think? I'm gonna panic otherwise. You know what? I'm gonna trust it.
Dickhead.
I know. 16 feels good. It's a good roll for me. I'm gonna take it. So, yes.
The reply that you're given is weapons on the ground.
Oh, of course. I'd come with good tidings, so I'll immediately set my sword down.
Do I even have? Oh, I do technically have a sword. Yeah, I'll set that down.
Brandie, get out here. The dwarf kind of barks back behind him in the tunnel. A few moments later, you see another individual come stepping out from the tunnel. They're also holding a short bow with an arrow knocked and step out into the main corridor. The dwarf looks at him and says, "Well, hurry up. Put a bridge down. Get going." The individual appears to be human, much younger than the person holding the bow at you, pointed at you. The human kid kind of jumps a little bit, lowers the draw of their short bow, and scurries over to another tunnel, not a few feet down. They reach into that one and pull out this long board reinforced with wood on either side, who kind of sits it down between the path that you are on and where they were standing. Clearly a gangplank to let you all cross. Once the kid gets that into place, he scampers across it, kicks your weapons, your swords, over to the edge of the wall, and then says, "Now hold out your cloak. I gotta check you for other weapons."
Oh, sure. Please, I can just drop the bag if you would prefer. There you go. I'll just set my whole backpack down.
I'm glad we did not end up at this bar.
Oh, same. I can only defend you for so much.
You two are thoroughly searched. Do either of you attempt to hide any weapons?
No.
No.
Okay. Then I don't need any checks. They check you over. They make sure you have no weapons. The kid gathers up the weapons that you had placed on the ground. He walks across the gangplank once more, sets them down next to the dwarf. The dwarf then motions for the two of you to cross. He still has his bow drawn and pointed at you. He's covering you. Do you cross?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Not difficult.
Say that.
You cross over to the other side. I'm not going to make you roll, though it's half tempting. Give me a balance check at disadvantage. Anyway, you make it across. The dwarf looks you over and says, "Fine. You want to see shadows? Come with me."
Right away.
The kid scoops up your weapons, and the dwarf leads you down the tunnel. You walk for about 15 minutes, twisting and turning as you follow this dark path. The human kid does not seem to need a torch either. He does not have the torch lit. It is still completely dark. But while Kikiro, you would not be able to see this. You kind of hear them shuffling and moving along. But both of them keep a steady pace. And the dwarf takes the lead. Then the two of you follow, and the kid follows along behind. He also has his... he's kind of holding your swords, but also like trying to balance holding his bow and arrow, and it's not great. He's like stumbling a little bit and tripping over his feet as he follows you all down. But after a few minutes of walking, about 15 or so, you do begin to hear sounds of merrymaking. There's drums being played. You can hear a lute and a flute as well. And you come to a point where you see a glow of fire. Red light flickering ahead of you. You continue on down the tunnel, and as you do, you hear more music playing, getting louder and louder. Eventually, you reach a doorway to stairs leading down. And as you hurry down these stairs, you come to an open chamber. A very large, wide stone chamber. About 50 feet across and more than 100 feet long. There are large stone pillars erected every 20 or so feet, leading down the center of this long corridor. There are tables spread between each of the columns, and there are more than 4 dozen people sitting amongst them. There's food, there's coins jingling, there's people yelling and laughing. You can see people playing cards. And in the distance, there is one table in the center of the room with a high-backed chair. And seated in that chair, you see a familiar sight. A catfolk, a gray-furred catfolk, sitting there. He has a bandana around his head. He's wearing very soft black leathers. He has his boots on and kicked over the edge of his chair as he sits there and nibbles on some what looks to be grilled fish. Just kind of gnawing on it, watching the whole proceedings. The dwarf points down the far end towards the that individual seated there and says, "Well, there's Shadows. If he does know you like you claim, he might even hear you out. If not," and he shrugs, "you won't be making it out of here alive."
That's
Come on.
okay. I will also reiterate this. The entire time Draven is trying to talk to these kids, like, "Hi, I'm Draven. How are you? What are you doing?" Like, really just instinctually, like, Big Brother mode activated, despite the situation. So,
And the kid, like, starts to talk back to you, and at which point the dwarf says, "Shut up! Just follow along."
We'll talk later.
But has Shadows made any indication that he has seen us enter?
He begins. You're making your way in the chamber. As you step foot into this area, some of the conversation begins to stop. People are noticing the newcomers, and at least maybe a third of them stop what they're doing to turn to watch. The two of you make an interesting sight. Everyone else here clearly clad in dark leathers, armed to the teeth, rapiers and short swords and short bows and crossbows at the ready. Some people pick up weapons as you're walking down this path. Other people just turn and look and watch to see what's going on. As you make your way towards that center table, eventually the cat folk stands up and looks and yells out, "Now what's all this then? Why are you bringing these two down here?" The dwarf calls out, "They claim they're looking for you. Said they were led here." The cat folk stands up and looks at the two of you. "Well, now this one I do know." Nods at you, Draven. "This one, not nearly so much. What do I owe the honor of this visit?"
Thank you for seeing me. I did not mean to intrude on your dinner, but you made such a good impression on me last time. I just had to come visit again and relay that we have finished our tours of everything, and things are much more dire than originally thought. There's a lot going on, and we may need your assistance. In turn, we'll offer ours as well, but you were not kidding when you said things were bad.
Now, if memory serves, you asked for my assistance, or this here organization's assistance, not a long time ago. In fact, early this morning, from what I hear.
It's true. We were in a bit of a bind, and your people absolutely came through. So, if I need to return the favor, I am more than willing and able to do so. But things are, like I said, much more dire than I had first thought. Lots of things are going on in the underworks. That's why I brought my friend Kikiro with me. He's also part of my team and can vouch for the things that we have seen.
And I'll kind of relay a lot of, like, the information from the tours. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel of, like, we went to this room and saw this thing. But, like, Because we did find a lot of information.
So you're laying it out right there and then for him, huh?
Draven's too trusting. Of course he is.
Okay.
Dra-
Give me that sweet diplomacy check. Kikiro, are you assisting in any way?
I don't think I have a great way to assist. Maybe filling in extra details where Draven missed some, but
Yeah. I think,
Draven's
and
more
they don't
eloquent,
really
I
know
think.
you too well, so
yeah.
that's not really going to help matters here. Just single diplomacy check from Draven.
Gotcha. A 19.
You begin spinning your tale, talking about all of the things you've seen on these tours that you went on these last couple days. The cat folk reclines in his chair. He listens to the entirety of everything you speak about. The two of you are standing there on the opposite side of this table he's been sitting at. He makes no offer to you to sit down or anything. He just sits there and listens as you speak. You notice that as you're talking, a crowd begins to gather. The individuals who are all sitting down here among the tables stand up, stop what they're doing, come around, kind of circle around the two of you and listen as you're speaking. If Shadows objects to this, he makes no effort to do so. Instead, he just sits there listening, chin stroking, or hand stroking his chin, ears twitching every so often as you recount a specific detail. Is there anything you try to hold back, is my question, or do you just give them the TLDR?
I have a
Everyone's gonna be-
feeling the more these people know, the better it's going to be for us.
I was about to say, and I think honestly, Draven really does trust this person pretty quickly. I think it's just from a place of familiarity, this sort of life. So I don't think there's going to be much that Draven is going to hold back. I think whatever they're doing here, he's going to have faith that it's going to help stop whatever's going on up there.
Okay. You finish telling him everything. The cat folk listens. Eventually, he looks over to one of the individuals who's come up close to the table and has been listening to your tale this time. This individual appears to be Elven of descent. Long pointed ears, extremely skinny, dark red hair, and just a very, very ruddy complexion. Shadows looks at them and says, "Now, what do you think?" The elf shrugs a little bit. "War is always good for business," is what the elf replies. The voice is high and musical. Difficult to tell a gender on this individual at the moment. Shadows says, "Everything is good for our business. But I don't know. There are things my father told me many years ago. Always said, watch out for those who try to take advantage of the less fortunate. He always used to say that every ruler that's ever out there is just a dragon in disguise." Now, I always prefer to stay clear of that stuff, but things have been profitable here in Nomengard. And the Cerulean Syndicate does not take lightly to when our profits are disrupted. This information you're telling me is appreciated. And I think clears up the debt that you owe me for what my boys were able to do for you down at the dock. So as of this moment, I say we are square. Beyond that, what is it you looking for?
Will? Okay. I think now, give me a second, because I think this is actually going to be, the whole mentioning of profiteering off of war is going to be a little bit much for Draven. He's going to take a moment. He's going to...
Like, wait a minute, should I trust this guy?
Nah, I trust the shadows. The elf boy, though, we're going to have issues. But I think it's... I understand that money is very important, and you are trying to survive in these trying times. But there are a lot of young faces here that I think deserve a chance at some sort of life. And whatever is happening in Novigrad is not going to be helpful. You're going to see an increase to your ranks, and then an increase to the body count if things are not taken care of. I know that we are square, and that's great, but my group and I are going to try to take a much more... we're going to be more proactive, I think. So if there's anything that we can do, I don't like. Oh my god! Sorry, I got all tongue-tied for a second. If there is something that we can do to assist you that will potentially harm them, please let me know. I want to help because I want to stop this cycle. Your father was very wise. Rulers do not think about us down below. They forget us.
My father was absolutely insane.
You could be insane.
He one time broke into the vault of an actual literal dragon who ruled a country just to bring my mother back from the dead. He was absolutely bonkers. And then he laughs really loudly. And the rest of the individuals in leather and weapons all start laughing too. Clearly, this is a story that the cat has recounted many times before. Now, that's neither here nor there.
I never got to know my parents, so I don't have any fun quips like that.
The same thing could be said for many that's in the syndicate. You know, the Thieves Guild doesn't exactly bring about people who had stable and happy childhoods, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
Well, as for the rest, your tale is interesting, and you managed to seek me out, which is impressive. And as I said, we are square, but asking if our positions align is well and good, but is that really it? That's all you came down here to do?
I can't remember. Shit.
think
Kikiro.
we
We
wanted to
gotta-
get them to help
We want
kidnap
to-
Zormunder, right?
Yeah, we want to find him. We don't know where he is.
That's true. Thank you. I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. Actually, no, there is one thing, but I think this could be quite profitable for you as well. For you see, we are seeking out a little gnome wizard that just recently boarded or arrived here by the name of Zormunder. Our group needs him, but we don't know his current whereabouts. If you were to assist with that, and we find any items of good wealth, I am more than happy to give it to you. In exchange for your assistance, of course. There's no such thing as free work. We don't do that here.
Give me another diplomacy check.
21?
The catfolk strokes his chin. They tell me that you and your friend here are aligned with a certain organization. An organization who's well known for trafficking in unique items, if you get my meaning. I think I could absolutely find out the location of this individual that you be seeking. I could even get you to that individual. If you were so inclined to ask. However, doing a favor of that magnitude, even finding somebody of that stature, and from what you told me, if he's working for the government, then he's a significant stature indeed. Now, if you were to do something for me, something that could incentivize my contacts into giving me that location quickly, well, I think we can work out an arrangement of that sort. But that would be something that I would need you to do for me first.
Can do that. What is it you desire?
You see, I am in need of a certain item. An item that is located inside that big tan monstrosity of a building that you all call the Conclave.
Mm-hmm.
This item is under strict lock and key, if you get my meaning. It's a rod.
A rod.
A rod of power. Now, I'm not privy to the exact location of this item, but I know it is in the Conclave building. If you were to retrieve this rod and bring it to me, I would be able to deliver the individual you are looking for and get you some one-on-one time, if that is your wish.
Dear Shadows, you speak with such sweet words. You remind me of a friend. I do think we have a deal.
I will honor this request to the best of my abilities.
The catfolk
Yes,
stands
yes.
up and extends a hand.
I take it.
The two of you shake. And the catfolk grins a wide grin. Excellent. He picks up a piece of paper and writes down a couple words on it, folds it, and passes it over to you. He says to you, "Find this and bring it to me, and you will have your gnome frame." And perhaps it could entice me to do business with you in the future.
Not just my wonderful personality and endearing smile.
Your endearing smile is the reason why you are still speaking, and I have not had my friends here cut out your tongue.
Then I am truly flattered and honored. I am not quite ready to meet your rune yet, so I appreciate that.
A deal has been made. You retrieve for me the dream rod, and I will bring you one Zormunda the gnome.
Understood?
Aye, aye.
Hmm?
Aye, aye.
All right.
On
Well.
God.
I will not keep you from your meal and merriment. We do need to head back to the conclave soon. But before I go, I do want to see Tikat. Where is she? I need to see how my friend is doing.
Oh, very well. The youngins are in the children's barracks. They are no doubt asleep. You're welcome to
No.
peek your head in if you like. Just try not to wake them. You know, youngins need their sleep and all that.
Absolutely. We'll not disturb. We'll let her sleep. But as long as she is doing well and they are doing well, I believe that is all of our business. So, if you need anything before then, please do reach out. I look forward to our meetings.
And I look forward to you bringing that item to me. See you soon.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, the Syndicate does not forget its friends. It also does not forget those who break the trust of that friendship.
Understood?
He waves you off and watches as the two of you depart. You see the same dwarf waiting for you. He has his longbow set aside and has just been watching. And as you approach him, he kind of chuckles a little bit and gives you a bit of a grin as he rolls his eyes and says, "You're braver than most, I'll give you that."
I told you, I'm friends.
Or we're stupider than most.
Oh. Yeah.
Full grin.
I think Jared's not even gonna say anything. He's just gonna. Yeah. All right.
I don't know anyone who has the nerve to call a guild leader their friend. But Eyes of Shadow seems to be amused by you, so maybe you're the closest he has.
Whoa.
Come on. Oh. John the player is like, yes, honored. But I think I do appreciate everything. I know you can bend the rules for us, so thank you.
Oh, I just assumed the two of you would have been killed. Would have been a funny show to watch.
True. I'm sure that would have been entertaining. Although, where does your resident funeral home? Anyway, I'm just like gonna start the banter about that as we head off.
And as you're doing that, let's turn our attention to the chaos that we left our other heroes. Aeden, you tied a bunch of shoelaces together and they all fell and are making a big hubbub now. There's a bit of a bar brawl beginning to start. The three individuals with their shoelaces tied are yelling. It's kind of becoming heated. My question to you all is, what are you going to do? Are you going to egg them on? Are you going to try to slip away? Are you going to just sit back and watch?
I feel like Malachi is like can't stop laughing. So I'm like trying to stop laughing. And there's like tears in my eyes. And I'm like covering my mouth, like trying really hard to stop laughing. But it's like I'm just too many beers in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It was
no.
really- it was really funny. It's not my fault.
I think with that,
I'm not saying anything to them, but I am laughing.
I think Maiko will be trying to, like, you know, because I'm not as drunk. I'm probably a little tipsy, but not as drunk. So I'm going to be trying to get Malachi to stop laughing. It's like, stop it.
I think Aiden
my
is
God.
laughing right along with Malachi.
I'm like banging on the table or trying to put my head down to hide it, and then Maiko's just like pushing it, like stop it, but it makes me laugh more.
And Aeden's still straddling one of the steins and just riding it cowboy style, laughing her ass off.
And Maiko just kind of exasperated, like,
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
give
I'm
my
trying.
drunk friends here, please.
It's just you got up and you just went.
Maiko, give me
Right
a
into the
diplomacy
table.
check.
Right at the table. Right at the table. Face first on the ground. Oh my god.
And then the next one just went.
It went over the
next
other
one-
one.
It's like insanity.
God damn it.
Domino effect.
This is how I feel when you guys
Yeah,
have me
that
roll
did
stealth.
not work out at
And they're all
all.
just such big guys, and you know, like
Oh yeah, and like the group has noticed you, and the big group is all coming over to you. What are you all laughing at?
Oh, wait,
You
are they
think this is
coming
funny?
over to us?
Yeah,
Are they
'cause
taking
you're-
little steps because their
yeah,
shoelaces are so
they're taking little steps and like stumbling a little bit and have to catch their buddy as they're doing so. Yeah.
It just starts up again.
What the
I
fuck
kinda-
are you laughing at?
I kind of feel like with this 8, Maiko is trying really, really, really hard to you know, excuse her friends and everything, but she's laughing along with them at this
Yeah, it's
point.
like once you see your friends laughing like really hard, they're, like,
And, I mean-
snorting, you have to laugh.
And then looking up and seeing these guys like tiny baby stepping towards us, I mean, that does not help at all.
I almost want to fight them before they have time to untie their shoes.
I want to cast dizzying colors on them so bad.
Yeah, I just want them to
Well,
not.
what are you doing? Because like the biggest one, the one who doesn't have his laces tied up, has come running over to you and is getting ready to grab you, Malachi.
Who's getting ready to
I
grab me? Yes.
I think when Aiden is going ticka 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 tick, like it's imitating their like little bitty steps.
Hmm.
I mean, she takes little bitty steps, but
Oh, Maiko's
I
saying,
will cast dizzy colors.
ooh.
As in I'm finishing it off. I'm drinking it.
Mako knows what's gonna happen.
Glass.
So tell me what's up with this spell here, Aeden.
Ooh.
So it's a 15-foot cone. So I'm on the table, so I'm gonna make sure like my peoples are behind me.
Mhm.
And it's just like kind of like out of my mouth, the sounds I'm making like turn into these colors. like as I'm laughing and making fun of them. And I believe it's a will save.
Yep, looks like it. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, the party's on.
I feel like maybe we should not have been left unattended.
Aeden should never be let off her leash.
That's true.
Oh crap, that's right, we did forget the leash, didn't we?
Brie. She's Brie.
we can tell we've never babysat before.
Yeah, no. The one time I had her leash, I just gave it to Kikiro.
Yeah, and I got drunk that night too.
It's true. Bad influence.
Wow.
I want to glass this guy.
Okay.
DC 19.
Let's see. It is a 19, so 1, 2, 3 out of the 6 fail. Aeden is
One of them is a critical fail.
True with the 5.
oh,
That 5 is a critical fail.
And
It
even
is
the
a
ones who
critical
succeed
fail.
are dazzled. That's pretty good.
Okay, so that dude is stunned for 1 minute. You hold your hands out, and as you're laughing, just this cone of colors comes shooting out from your mouth, spreading between your hands in this cone. The guy in the front, the one that was coming up to like shove his finger into Malachi's chest and grab him, gets hit full face by these colors. He yells out, "Ah!" and is just left there in a stupor. He is stunned for 1 round and blinded for 1 minute. So he's just wiping his eyes and he can't see anything. The next 2 behind him gets hit with it as well. They are stunned 1 and blinded for 1 round and dazzled for 1 minute.
I want to glass this guy in front of me. I want to glass him with the mug.
You're gonna glass him with a mug?
Absolutely. As soon as he stumbles backwards, I'm gonna grab the mug and I'm gonna glass him over the head.
Yeah. Let's call this. This is part of a sneak attack round because Aiden just sneak attacked them. So you're grabbing a beer bottle or something, and you're just hitting him with it.
Yeah, break it over his head.
Yeah, love it.
He wants to bar fight with me. I'm gonna bar fight.
Heck yeah. Go ahead and roll your improvised weapon attack.
All right. So what would my bonus be for that?
I guess
I've got
that's
my
just
unarmed.
technically, yeah, it would be an unarmed.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's.
They're simple weapons that take a -2 penalty to the attack roll.
-2.
Thank you.
But otherwise, use strength or dex as appropriate.
And he's stunned. Does that affect anything?
So the guy
Or
is
is it just on his end?
stunned. What is the stunned?
It'd be off guard, which would be -2
To its AC. Okay.
Yep.
So I got a 14.
So that's -2 penalty, but that. So.
But then he has -2 AC.
Yeah. And he's also blinded.
Get bonked. Get head bonked.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Nice. So I'm not sure what the damage would be. Just my unarmed damage.
Probably 1d4 plus your strength, I guess.
I'm pretty sure my strength is 0. Sure is. bonk for 1 damage.
Okay. Hey,
Bonk.
you grab the beer bottle, you smack him upside the head with
But
it.
it doesn't shatter.
It doesn't. It doesn't shatter. You just hit him
Aw.
right on the side of the head. He stumbles back. He's blinded. He's dazzled, and he just got craniumed. So he
Malachi
grabs his
looks
head and stumbles back.
He looks dejected and looks at the beer bottle like, what's wrong with it? Like, why didn't it break? It's supposed to break. And then I'll just throw it.
Maiko technically has as part of this sneak attack too, but so you made 1 attack. You're just throwing it at him.
Well, I think I only can make 1 attack, right? Oh no, it's actions. So
Yeah.
1 action, 2 action. Yeah, I'll chuck it at him. Why not? Why not?
Okay, this is going to be attack number 2, so it's going to be at a minus. What is it? -5.
All right, let me get my character sheet back up here.
Unless you consider a beer bottle to be agile.
Yeah. Well, you're throwing it, so I would say that's a -4 then, not a -5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got -4, and then I get the -2
Mm-hmm.
from it being a beer bottle.
Yep, and then he's got -2 to his AC.
So I only have a +2. That's a 15.
That's
Now
also going to hit.
maybe it break. What?
No.
It just bounces. I wanted to make like a bonk noise.
Yeah. So
And then it
bonk,
hits the ground.
stumble, throw, bing! And then it just continues to spin and lands on one of the tables behind him.
And doesn't even break when it lands on the table.
Nope, doesn't even
What is this
break.
bottle made out of? And then for my last one, I want to... Can I just stand up from my seat and push the table over so that it's like a little barrier? I want to be behind the little table
Yeah, you
barricade.
can absolutely use your last action to flip the table over and use that as a barrier between yourself and these dudes.
All right. My blood's pumping. I'm ready.
Maiko, you're the last one. Do you do anything for this sneak attack round? Or are you also just as surprised?
I'm assuming we don't have a map, and how are we? Like right by the door? Or are we pretty far away from the door?
I'm going to say that you're in the middle of this this inn right now. So the door is probably about, let's say, 35 feet away.
Okay, but like, are these guys between us and the door?
No, I would say that they're like on the one side and the door's on the other, and like you have a straight line, other than the fact that there's like a lot of people in the bar.
I'm gonna look at my companions, and honestly, I'm probably not gonna convince them to get out of here.
Well, what do you say?
And at this point, I'm 4 beers in, so okay. Is anybody like directly in front of me? Because we don't have a map. I don't know where anybody is.
No, just use this theater. We're theater of the minding it. You're in the middle of a bar. There's a bar table that's just been flipped. There's half a dozen dudes on one side between the table and you, or on the other side of the table. The table is between you guys and them. There's 6 of them. They're yelling. One of them stumbling back, holding his head from being hit by a beer bottle.
But like, are any of them within striking distance of me?
Like, you could use one action to move over to them.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna move. Does hold action work the same in this as Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, this is a sneak attack
D&D.
round.
This
This
is
is a sneak attack
Oh, that's
round.
right.
So, even if you held your action, there'd be like you can just say I was too caught off guard, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's
I
perfectly
think-
valid.
Yeah, because I don't want to like move from where I'm at. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. So okay. Yeah, I was too caught off guard. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do now.
No, that's totally fair. that's where we're ending things for this evening. With, our heroes in the middle of a bar brawl.
Can't help myself.
This is going to be interesting. What is this, the third bar fight y'all have been in?
I like
Something
to cause
like
problems on purpose.
I mean, so much for keeping a low
This
profile.
is the first one I've been part of.
True. That you've been the cause of.
Yeah.
I was certain Draven and I were gonna get in a fight tonight,
Same. I was mentally ready for it.
and you guys were gonna be safe.
Malachi's just looking for an excuse, is really all it is. It's like, I want to shoot something so bad, I need somebody to give me a reason good enough, you know?
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Well done, everybody. Go ahead and add 150 experience points to your
Oh
bonus.
my god.
Oh my god.
Did you say 150?
150.
150?
150. Which means, if my math is right, y'all should be hitting level 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually just 16 experience into level 4.
Yes. So, that's where we're going to be picking up in 2 weeks with our level 4 heroes. Some of which managed to leave a good impression on the Thieves Guild, while another group is in yet another fucking bar brawl. Pretty much par for the course for this campaign.
I'd say this is normal. What do we
100%.
Yeah.
It is. It definitely is. Well, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks where our level 4 characters will have to fight a bunch of dudes they start some shit with in a bar, and then decide how they're going to capture and get information out of Zormunder. Yeah. Oh, and they got to steal something from the Conclave.
Oh.
It's fine.
Blue fine.
Yeah.
We got this.
Y'all are
We got
naughty. See, who's really the naughty ones, okay?
You. No, you.
No. What are you
Absolutely.
fighting? I'm just fighting some random dudes and they wanted it. Come on.
Right? It's okay. I already knew what my next move was going to be.
I'm not stealing from my employer, Draven.
Well,
So,
we'll find out what happens. Can't wait. As always, we like to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. Dyto, you never did use your coin. Sorry.
Well,
That's
didn't have much of a chance, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my god.
You rolled really well.
It was fun. I got to start a bar fight. I got to do some little sprite shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't let Aeden off her leash ever, and left unattended and drunk. But I will be back here on Thursday playing a little bit more sensible Venus and Tyranny of Dragons. Just a little bit. We just got to another town that she doesn't want to be in for reasons that nobody knows. So this will be interesting. And then I'll be back next week with Curse of Strahd, and then here again for more bar fights.
Can't wait. Draven, you're next.
Yeah, hi. I'm John. I played Draven tonight. Always a blast. You can find me here every other Monday and Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, I am in the Imaginites campaign where I play Salem. As Matt said at the beginning, we're currently in the middle of a fight. We'll see how things go. They've been very ebb and flow. But you can find me basically here and then at Blue Sky at johnpoet.bluesky.social. And shout out to Twinning with your best friend. Let's go, double rolls.
Besties.
Heck yeah. Maiko, you're next.
Hi, I'm Brandie. You can find me here every other Monday playing Maiko, getting into trouble, starting fights apparently. Otherwise, you can find me every other Wednesday on the opposite Wednesday playing Veed on Curse of Strahd. I'm also on the socials as at River Dragon 82. That's River with a Y. And yeah, that's about it.
Right on. Malachi, you're next.
Hello, I'm Brie. I was playing Malachi Sykes. You can find me here every other Monday. Just playing in this game is the only one. Sorry. You can also find me on Instagram at Pink Chic Geek Art, but I haven't posted anything in a while, so I should get on that. I don't really have anything to plug today. Just be chill.
Always a good thing. Kikiro, you're next.
Yep. And I'm Delioth playing Kikiro here every other Monday. Having a great time. I think all I have to plug is also being twinsies. We got the same role 4 times this session. That's
So great.
It's fantastic.
be in sync with your friends.
That was crazy. Loved it. Okay, well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me every Monday and Wednesday right here, running crazy games for crazy people and having a blast. It's always a lot of fun. My socials are at Scruffy Wanderer. If it's a social and it exists, that's where you can find me. Other than that, just find me right here. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Check out more content. I want to keep adding more content to our channel. So stay tuned for that. On behalf of everyone here in the Æther-Tech Wars and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, dude, just don't forget, fight the machine.
Fight the machine.
And good night.
Good night.